Hello, whiskey lovers all around the world, and especially in the Netherlands who's watching this. I'm in the Highlands. I'm back in the Highlands, except this time not in the Highlands of Scotland. I'm in the Highlands of Bavaria, where they make wonderful whiskey. And I'm together with the master distiller. Your name, please.
My name is Hans Kemenater, and first of all, Jock, nice for having you here. So it's a pleasure to me to do the interview or to do the tasting afterwards. So
great stuff. Yeah. Thanks very much, Hans, for having us. And you know, people, if you ever get the chance to come here, the people are so hospitable. Scotland, my home country, where I was born, you can even hear it in my accent. I love Scotch whiskey. And Scotland, for some reason, thinks it has the monopoly on whiskey, but it doesn't, not anymore. There are different places that make whiskey. And here where we are just now, I have a t-shirt on, 20 years of Slyrs. And so this distillery has been around for a while, and they certainly know what they are doing. They know absolutely well what they are doing. So Hans, you started off as a fruit distillery, yes?
Yeah, in former times we did fruit distillates. We started in 1928, so it's very, very old.
Yeah.
And in 1999 we started to do our first whiskey. So it was an idea not to do work with fruits only. Mm-hmm. We took the barley.
Yes.
Made a beer, or a kind of beer, a distiller's beer, and laid it into barrels. Distilled it and laid it into barrels. And after 3 years, we had our first whiskey. And it was a big, surprising thing for our clients. So, and they went crazy about that. And in the next steps, we started the way to do only whiskey.
Yeah, I heard that you started off in you took some of your first bottlings to Pro-Wine in Düsseldorf, and people were enthusiastic and started buying it, and that encouraged you to make more whiskey, yes?
Yeah. We built the distillery in 2007, and 365 days a year we distill whiskey. We do nothing else now.
And the middle cut of your once you've brewed and you start to distill, your middle cut is 70, yes?
70%, yeah.
And we know, I've tasted the half worth, you know, the beer wort, which is extremely sweet and much sweeter than I'm used to. And what I like about it is that you've taken a long time, you took a real long time to brew it. Mm-hmm. It's, how many days?
For the fermentation, we take around about 7 days.
Good grief.
And temperature controlled. We control our temperature because we want to handle our barley very, very gentle, like we did in the fruit distillery, because the flavor of fruits is much more, so if you handle it bad, the flavor goes away.
Okay. And then I saw your beautiful stills yesterday. I'll put some pictures up as well of them. And they have beautiful big copper condensers coming down the side. At first I thought it was a double still. I've seen German double stills before. Mm-hmm. It's a pot and a column together.
No.
But this is not yours. You actually have a condenser next to the pot.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of copper contact. I know this. And even if I didn't see these stills, I would know because of the taste and the smell. There is absolutely no trace whatsoever of sulfur, which you get in some whiskey, a little bit sulfurous. This is clean. This is one of the cleanest whiskies that I've ever tasted, and that's to do with your former fruit distillation.
Yeah, that depends. First of all, from the fermentation.
Yeah.
We handle it very gentle, how I explained.
Yeah.
And on the other side, how you explained,
With the keep going. It's okay. Just join it together.
It depends on the kappa also, because the contact of the yeast and the kappa keeps away the sulfur.
Okay. And so, the good copper contact. That's where we were. That's wonderful. Into new barrels, new American oak. So you import from the United States, I gather?
Yeah, Missouri, Kentucky, it's from the Ozark Mountains where the wood comes from. So it's very important to us to use new American white oak to keep our style. Our idea was not to use ex-bourbon casks or something like that for the first maturation, because we wanted to do the Slyrs style.
Okay.
And after that maturation, our classic is directly filled into bottles after 6 years roundabout. And the other way is to do some finishings in old sherry casks, in old port wine casks, Sauterne. So we do different styles, rum casks, for example, from the Caribbean. So we do different styles of finishings.
The rye I'm looking at just now behind, we'll have a look. I'll swing the camera around later, and we'll look at the rye. And this is a great place. You know, I wish there was such a thing as smell television. People watching could smell what we can smell now.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful. And you know, if you ever come here, the people are they're like Hans. They're very nice and gentle and very hospitable towards you. And the mountains, they're maybe twice the size of the Scottish Highlands. And on Sunday we went up the top of a big mountain on a cable, and we took a sweater with us, thinking that it might be cold, but it was still hot up on the mountain. My arms got burnt, but I'm a typical Scotsman, you know. I just get red and it peels off, and I become white again, you know. So this is what happens. It's very warm here just now, and the distillery it's quite cool here in the warehouse where we are just now. And we look at the rye barrels. We've seen huge, big Oloroso barrels. So the first 6 years in white American oak, and then a further maturation in whatever, sherry, rye, port casks,
rum,
Sauterne. And Bresser and Timmer, where this film is supposed to be for, is they have given a rum cask. It was from Barbados, a ex-Foursquare rum cask, and I tasted a little bit of it yesterday. It was really, really nice, and the scent as well, really lovely, which is smelled of sandalwood and tobacco. Beautiful, beautiful whiskey. And all of you in the Netherlands, you can get a chance to buy it later on once it's ready.
But it's on the way, so.
Oh yeah, it's sleeping just now. It's sleeping. It's working with the angels now. So, and Hans, how did you manage to get into whiskey? What was your?
So I started my apprenticeship in the fruit distillery at Landname in 1999. It was the same year we started doing whiskey, and I loved to do whiskey. So it was, it had been 2 jobs in one. So you're brewer on the one side, and on the other side distiller.
Yeah.
So you can compare your 2 main things you want to do, and I'm very lucky with that. I'm now working 23 years in the company, so
it's absolutely
perfect way.
Yeah. And I can tell you guys, there's one thing, well, not only one thing, there's many things, but one thing that really catches my eye here, and we'll show you later, I'll edit it into the film, little bits and pictures. What they can do here with wood, I've never seen it anywhere else. You know, they carve wood up, and sometimes you don't even use nails or screws, you just fit it in, you know, like a butterfly. It's absolutely wonderful. And you know, the whiskey too is nice. I want to show the camera a bottle. So the bottle is really nice too, and they come in nice boxes. They even have one in a wooden box. So here is the bottle, and look at that, eh? Have a look at that, isn't that nice? It's beautiful, eh? The mouflon's head, really nice.
You had the Amontillado here. It's a finished one in Amontillado sherry casks.
Yeah.
It's a very rare sherry.
Yep.
And we got the casks 4 years ago. And first it was method how we talked about
white oak,
in the New American white oak. So.
And then finished in that one that I showed you. And then this one is?
The 12-year-old.
Yeah.
After 3 to 6 years, we empty our New American white oak casks.
Yes.
And then we mature the 12-year-old whiskey because you can't use New American white oak to mature 12, 18 years. So it's much too intense. You want to try anything?
Sure.
Let's start, I think, with the Amontillado.
Yep.
First of all. So
it comes right out of it. It's a pourer.
It's a pourer,
It's wonderful.
It's not only show. So it's a pourer.
Okay.
So, you didn't see yesterday. So.
Oh, the smell's nice, eh? The Amontillado is very dry sherry. I really like it in a martini instead of vermouth, just to use it, because it's so dry. But I find it difficult to drink, as a sherry. I find it too dry.
Yeah. Cheers.
Prost, cheers, yeah.
Prost.
Prost and genau.
So it's 46%.
It goes down well, huh? It goes down really well.
And you have some tobacco inside, you have the nuts inside. It's a very dry whiskey.
Yeah, but it's got slight sweetness. It's also at the end, it's got some raisins and...
And it's from the Slyrs style. The sweetness comes from the Slyrs style. Our whiskey is made on a light, sweet way.
Yeah.
And the dryness comes from the Amontillado.
Beautiful. Oh. It's really, really, really nice. Not just a little bit nice, but very, very nice. And Hans, you asked me, would you like to drink something? I'm a Scotsman. If you ask a Scotsman, would you like to drink something?
For sure. So then we go further.
This is the 12-year-old?
That's the 12-year-old, yeah. That's the oldest whiskey on the market up to yet.
Yeah.
We want to release an 18-year-old in 2 years, roundabout.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
And will it be finished in something fancy?
No. Only straight in the...
And how about this one now?
Also straight.
Only from the white American oak.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Now I'll take the glass up to the camera so that they can see the lovely color, lovely golden color. It's like the color of a wedding ring. Look how beautiful gold it is. Lovely gold.
Cheers.
Cheers. And I learned a little funny word here called genau. I like it. It's one of the words that many people use here, which means okay or something. Eh?
Yeah.
The genau.
Exact.
Yeah. So it's very nice, genau. Oh, the white oak. It's like caramel, melted caramel.
Yeah, much more sweeter. I think it's much more sweeter.
It's beautiful. Really, really nice. And there are a whole range of things. We have at Bresser and Timmer. We have a whole bunch of stuff. We had a rum cask. I had an Oloroso, which looked like dark coffee. And it went so lovely and sweet as it is, and caramel, melted caramel, fudge.
Very bright, I think. So.
Do you have an equivalent of fudge in Germany? caramel?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know the sweet.
Yeah.
But...
And nougat, it's got a little bit.
Nougat, yeah.
And my favorite term, crème brûlée.
Crème brûlée, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so people, you know, will, after I say, Ineke, could you swing the camera around and show the people the part over with the rye and stuff? And then the camera is still picking up our noise, but it will, so there's the rye whiskies. And you also have a rye, not only a rye finish, but a rye whiskey or not?
Yeah, the rye is one of our special things we do in the company. Normally we only distill single malt whiskey.
Yeah.
90% of our whiskies are single malts.
Yes.
And the rye one was an experiment from our distillers, from the young guys. They said, we want to do something else like single malt. And they tried to distill a rye, and it was great. It was very sweet. Very,
I've tasted it. It's very fruity. I think bartenders would love it for cocktails as well. You know, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
And so we've just tasted now the Amontillado and the 12-year-old, which is pure American white oak, which is not like a bourbon, because bourbon has got lots of maize in it, but this has got no corn, it's just barley. But it reminds me a little bit of a bourbon, a little bit.
From the new American white oak, I think. Yeah, it brings some vanilla inside, or a lot of vanilla inside, so it could be.
So, anyway, peeps, thank you for watching, and from Hans here and myself, I would like to just really encourage you, come to Bavaria, to southern Bavaria, and visit these beautiful mountains, the highlands of Bavaria, and taste their good food, and drink their beautiful whiskey, and you'll enjoy yourself. This is for sale in the Netherlands, by the way. Ask for it at one of the better liquor stores, and I'll just finish in Dutch just now for them. Bij de betere slijter te koop. And thank you for watching, and we'll from Hans and myself, Slyrs, Proost, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Welcome in Schliers.